Hello guys, wanted to share with you some of our latest feature updates and show you how to use them. So many of us here are using MEDDIC, the sales methodology, in order to map out our decision makers, stakeholders, economic buyers, and make moves on our account. So I want to show you how I put this into play with our new features of a new board, and then marking my decision makers and then getting to work in terms of contacting them and influencing them to get a deal going. So what you can see here, I have one of our own accounts pulled up, and I have here a new board that I created for them, which is a duplicate of their sales team. We could see it's a relatively small team of 30 people. And in this case, we have already 2 or 3 users that are using Chartloop within this organization. And we have one champion who's heading this on. So first of all, just to see the structure of this sales team, so we can see they have an SVP of sales, who's Steve, and then they have a bunch of their operators in central U.S. with a VP of sales in Texas, who's Kelly, and then they have one in California, which is their they call it Solutions, headed by Todd, who's the VP of Strategy and Solutions, and then they have some other international presence in the UK, France, and then also a team in India. But let's focus for our purposes on their U.S. team. So what we have here so far. We had some inbound leads who came and started using Chartloop, and the first one was Matthew here, who's a senior director of enterprise solutions, right? So in sales. So I'm going to mark him in green since he's one of our users. And then he brought on and referred a couple others. So there was Danny, who also is currently a user, and so too was marking this was green, and so too is Jake. So these are the three users that we have within our using Chartloop. Now, what I would look at is who's currently at their level, right? So I'd say individual contributors like other enterprise sellers. So I would mark, for example, all the other solution directors here in California also because they're suitable to use the solutions. I'm going to mark them blue. And then the same thing I'm going to do with user with similar enterprise sellers in the more central regions. I'm going to mark them blue as well. Right, these couple. And then I'm going to also mark right who the decision makers are. Now, if we want to make a move and actually create a sale here, we're going to be influencing their SVP. So I'm going to make him. I'm going to mark him as orange, and so too with the regional VP. So this is exactly our current approach. So we have our current users, and then we know, okay, these are the next users we want to get, right, which are can use our solution, and these are the stakeholders that we need to influence in terms of them being right the economic buyers, probably in our case. So this is how we have the color coding, and you can use this essentially to mirror your MEDDIC process. We're also going to be layering on later on some options with labels. So if you want to put champion, economic buyer, and so on, that's going to come. Now I want to show you how I export this and actually put this into play. So if I press on export and then I press on export, download in Excel, and open this one up. Let's see where it goes. Now I'm going to have the names here exactly in the structure the way I organize this org chart, and then also additionally the color codes as well. So for example, if I wanted to run a sales campaign in an outreach or sales off, something like that, I could take. So for me to go to the other ICs that I want to influence, which I marked blue, so I take all the blues right, and then run them in one campaign, and then maybe the orange ones, which I only mark 2 decision makers. Right, either approach them individually or run them in a separate campaign, which is specifically for decision makers. But this is how you can really use exporting this data into your, also uploading this if you want to into your CRM, running campaigns with this. So this is the very start of us, creating features to enable to act and run sales campaigns on the org charts you run on Chartloop. And yeah, a lot more to come. So hope you enjoy this. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you can put this into play to run some
strategies on your own account. Have a good one. Take care.